Imagine stepping into a land where the very air hums with ancient secrets and the sands hold echoes of gods and heroes. Welcome to the enchanting world of Egyptian mythology, where every story is a gateway to wonder. Picture yourself alongside the mighty Nile, under the gaze of the eternal Sphinx, as we embark on an adventure through tales that have captivated hearts for millennia. Feel the power of Ra as he sails across the sky, the mystery of Osiris in the realm of the dead, the fierce spirit of Sekhmet, and the wisdom of Thoth. These are not just stories, they are the lifeblood of a civilization that still speaks to us across the ages. Let your imagination soar as we dive into the myths that have shaped history and continue to ignite our curiosity. This is your personal invitation to explore, to dream, and to discover the magic of ancient Egypt. And don't forget to share your thoughts with us. Which story captivates you the most? Which god or goddess do you want to learn about next? Your journey through Egyptian mythology starts here, and your voice will help shape our adventure. Ready to dive in? Let's begin. Chapter 1: The Creation Myth. Chaos and the Primordial Waters. In the beginning, before time itself began to tick, there was only chaos. This chaos was not the tumultuous disorder we might imagine, but rather a vast, boundless expanse of dark, still waters known as none. These primordial waters were infinite, stretching endlessly in every direction, devoid of light, sound, or life. It was a void, a cosmic ocean of potential, where nothing yet existed but the possibility of everything. In this profound silence, the waters of none held within them the seeds of creation, waiting for the moment when the first spark of life would ignite. There were no stars to illuminate the darkness, no earth to stand upon, no sky to gaze into. It was a realm of pure potential, an eternal night where the concept of time had no meaning. The waters were deep and mysterious, holding the secrets of the universe within their depths, a silent witness to the birth of existence, the emergence of Adam. From this infinite expanse of none, a single entity emerged, bringing with it the dawn of creation. This entity was Adam, the self-created God, who arose from the waters by the sheer force of his will. Adam was both male and female, embodying the totality of existence within himself. He stood alone on the primeval mound, the first land to rise from the chaotic waters, a symbol of stability and order amidst the formless void. Adam, realizing his solitude, sought to create company for himself. Through an act of divine self-generation, he brought forth the first gods. From his own essence, he produced Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. Shu and Tefnut represented the first duality, the separation of the sky and the earth, the breath of life and the nourishing waters. They were the first children of Adam, and through them, the process of creation began to unfold. Shu and Tefnut, in turn, gave birth to Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky. Geb and Nut were forever entwined in a cosmic embrace, their love so powerful that it threatened to engulf the world in darkness. To prevent this, Shu stood between them, lifting Nut high above to form the sky, while Geb remained below as the earth. This separation allowed the light to enter the world, bringing the first dawn and the cycle of day and night. The Ennead. From the union of Geb and Nut came 4 more deities, completing the group known as the Ennead of Heliopolis. These 9 gods formed the core of Egyptian mythology, each playing a crucial role in the creation and maintenance of the cosmos. First were Osiris and Isis, the god of the afterlife and the goddess of magic and motherhood. Osiris was a benevolent ruler, bringing civilization and agriculture to humanity, while Isis was his devoted wife, known for her wisdom and magical prowess. Next were Seth and Nephthys, the god of chaos and the goddess of mourning. Seth, the brother of Osiris, was a force of destruction and disorder, often depicted as a rival to his brother. Nephthys, on the other hand, was a protective deity, associated with funerary rites and the care of the dead. Together with Adam, Shu, Tefnut, Geb, and Nut, these gods formed the Ennead, a divine family whose interactions and stories would shape the world and the lives of mortals. Their myths explained the natural phenomena, the cycles of life and death, and the eternal struggle between order and chaos. As we delve deeper into these myths, we will uncover the intricate relationships and epic tales that define Egyptian mythology, revealing the profound wisdom and timeless lessons they hold. This is the beginning of our journey, a voyage through the ancient waters of creation to the very heart of the cosmos. Chapter 2: The Epic Tale of Osiris and Isis. Osiris, the Golden King. Imagine a time when Egypt was a land of endless possibilities, where the Nile's waters sparkled under the sun, and the fields were lush with crops. This was the era of Osiris, the wise and just king who ruled with a heart full of compassion. Osiris wasn't always the god of the afterlife. He was once a beloved ruler who brought civilization to his people. Picture him as a visionary leader, much like a modern-day reformer who transforms a nation with innovative ideas and a deep sense of justice. Osiris taught the Egyptians the secrets of agriculture, turning the barren desert into a fertile paradise. He introduced the cultivation of wheat and barley, ensuring that no one went hungry. Think of him as the ancient equivalent of a groundbreaking scientist who revolutionizes food production. He also shared the art of brewing beer and making wine, which became central to their social and religious life. Imagine the joy of discovering these delights for the first time. Under Osiris's reign, laws were established and justice prevailed. His wisdom and fairness earned him the love and respect of his people, who saw him as both a king and a god. It's like having a leader today who is not only admired for their policies but also revered for their integrity and kindness. Seth's burning jealousy. But every great story has its antagonist. Enter Seth, Osiris's brother, the god of chaos and disorder. Seth was powerful and ambitious, but his heart was filled with envy and resentment. Imagine a sibling rivalry taken to the extreme, where one brother's success fuels the other's burning jealousy. Seth couldn't stand Osiris's popularity and the love he received from the people. His jealousy was like a wildfire, consuming him and driving him to plot against his brother. Seth's nature thrived on chaos and conflict, the exact opposite of the order and stability Osiris represented. He saw his brother's reign as a threat to his own power. Determined to overthrow Osiris, Seth devised a cunning and ruthless plan, much like a modern-day political coup where betrayal and ambition know no bounds. The treacherous plot. Seth's scheme was as elaborate as it was sinister. He crafted a magnificent chest, beautifully decorated and perfectly fitted to Osiris's measurements. Imagine a luxurious gift that no one could resist. Seth then hosted a grand feast, inviting Osiris and other gods. During the celebration, he presented the chest, announcing that it would belong to whoever could fit perfectly inside it. It was a trap, as devious as any plot in a suspense thriller. One by one, the guests tried to fit into the chest, but none succeeded. When it was Osiris's turn, he lay down inside, and to everyone's amazement, it fit him perfectly. At that moment, Seth's henchmen sprang into action, sealing the chest shut and trapping Osiris inside. They quickly carried the chest to the Nile and cast it into the river. Osiris, unable to escape, suffocated and died within the chest, his life cruelly taken by his own brother. It was a betrayal as shocking as any in history, a moment that changed the course of Egypt forever. Isis's heartfelt quest. The news of Osiris's murder spread like wildfire, plunging Egypt into mourning. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife and sister, was heartbroken. Imagine the grief of losing a loved one, magnified by the weight of a nation's sorrow. Determined to find and resurrect him, Isis embarked on a perilous quest, driven by love and unwavering determination. Isis searched tirelessly, scouring the land and waters for any sign of Osiris. Her journey took her to the distant shores of Byblos, where she discovered the chest containing Osiris's body lodged in the branches of a tamarisk tree. With the help of her sister Nephthys and the god Anubis, Isis retrieved the chest and brought it back to Egypt. Using her powerful magic, she temporarily resurrected Osiris, allowing him to father their son, Horus. It was a moment of triumph and hope, akin to a miraculous medical breakthrough today. The birth of Horus. Horus, the falcon-headed god, was born in secret, hidden from Seth's wrath. Isis knew that Seth would stop at nothing to destroy Horus, seeing him as a threat to his claim to the throne. To protect her son, Isis fled to the marshes of the Nile Delta, where she raised Horus in seclusion. Imagine a mother going to great lengths to protect her child from danger, teaching him everything he needs to know to face the challenges ahead. Horus grew up knowing his destiny, driven by the desire to avenge his father's death and restore order to Egypt. Under Isis's guidance, he became a skilled warrior and a wise leader, embodying the virtues of his father. The birth and upbringing of Horus set the stage for epic battles, as he prepared to confront Seth and fulfill his destiny as the rightful king of Egypt. It's the classic tale of good versus evil, where the hero rises against all odds to reclaim what is rightfully his. Chapter 3: The Battle Between Horus and Seth. Horus's claim to the throne. As Horus grew into adulthood, he became acutely aware of his destiny. The death of his father, Osiris, at the hands of his uncle Seth, had left a deep scar on his heart. Horus knew that it was his duty to avenge his father and reclaim the throne of Egypt, restoring order and justice to the land. With the guidance and support of his mother, Isis, Horus prepared to challenge Seth for the kingship. Horus's claim to the throne was not just a matter of personal vengeance. It was a divine mandate. As the son of Osiris, he was the rightful heir to the throne, and his ascension was seen as essential to maintaining the balance of Ma'at. Horus declared his intention to take back the throne, rallying the support of the gods and the people of Egypt. His challenge to Seth was a bold and courageous act, setting the stage for an epic confrontation between the forces of order and chaos. The epic battles. The conflict between Horus and Seth was marked by a series of fierce and dramatic battles, each more intense than the last. These battles were not just physical confrontations but also symbolic struggles between opposing forces. Horus, representing order, justice, and legitimacy, faced Seth, the embodiment of chaos, destruction, and usurpation. One of the most famous battles took place on the Nile, where Horus and Seth transformed into powerful animals to fight each other. Horus took the form of a mighty falcon, while Seth became a ferocious hippopotamus. The two clashed with incredible ferocity, their battle shaking the very foundations of the earth and sky. Despite Seth's immense strength and cunning, Horus's determination and divine right gave him the upper hand. Another significant battle occurred in the desert, where Horus and Seth fought hand-to-hand. This brutal and exhausting confrontation tested both their physical prowess and their willpower. Horus, though wounded and weary, refused to give up, driven by the memory of his father and the support of the gods. Seth, relentless and ruthless, used every trick and tactic at his disposal, but Horus's resolve remained unbroken. The Council of the Gods. As the battles raged on, the gods of Egypt realized that the conflict between Horus and Seth could not be resolved through combat alone. They convened a council to mediate the dispute and determine the rightful ruler of Egypt. This council, presided over by the sun god Ra, brought together the most powerful and wise deities to deliberate on the matter. The gods set a series of trials and challenges to test the worthiness of both Horus and Seth. These trials were designed to assess their strength, wisdom, and leadership qualities. One such trial involved navigating a treacherous river filled with dangerous creatures, while another required them to demonstrate their ability to govern justly and fairly. Throughout these trials, Horus proved himself to be a worthy and capable leader. His courage, integrity, and commitment to justice impressed the gods, while Seth's deceitful and destructive nature became increasingly apparent. The council's deliberations were long and complex, but ultimately, the gods recognized Horus as the rightful heir to the throne. Horus's victory. With the support of the gods and the people of Egypt, Horus finally triumphed over Seth. His victory was not just a personal achievement but a monumental event that restored balance and order to the cosmos. Horus ascended to the throne as the king of Egypt, fulfilling his destiny and honoring the legacy of his father, Osiris. Horus's reign marked the beginning of a new era of prosperity and harmony. As king, He upheld the principles of Ma'at, ensuring that justice and order prevailed throughout the land. His victory over Seth symbolized the triumph of good over evil, order over chaos, and legitimacy over usurpation. The story of Horus and Seth is one of the most enduring and powerful myths in Egyptian mythology. It encapsulates the eternal struggle between opposing forces and the ultimate triumph of righteousness. Horus's journey from a hidden child to a victorious king serves as an inspiring tale of courage, perseverance, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. Chapter 4: The Journey of Ra's Daily Journey. In the grand tapestry of Egyptian mythology, the sun god Ra holds a place of paramount importance. Ra was believed to be the creator of all life, the one who brought light and warmth to the world. Each day, Ra embarked on a magnificent journey across the sky, a voyage that symbolized the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. At dawn, Ra emerged from the eastern horizon, riding his solar bark, a divine boat that carried him across the heavens. As he ascended into the sky, his radiant light banished the darkness of night, bringing the dawn and awakening all living beings. Ra's journey across the sky was a daily affirmation of life and order, a reminder of the divine presence that governed the universe. As the day progressed, Ra reached the zenith of his journey at noon, when his power and light were at their peak. This moment represented the height of his strength and the fullness of his glory. As the afternoon wore on, Ra began his descent towards the western horizon, his light gradually dimming as he prepared to enter the underworld. At dusk, Ra's bark slipped below the horizon, marking the end of the day and the beginning of his perilous journey through the underworld, known as the Duat. This nightly voyage was fraught with danger, as Ra had to navigate the dark and treacherous waters of the underworld, facing numerous challenges and adversaries. The solar bark. Ra's solar bark was not just a vessel. It was a symbol of his divine power and authority. The bark, often depicted as a beautifully adorned boat, carried Ra and his retinue of gods and spirits across the sky and through the underworld. Each night, the bark transformed into the Mesektet, the evening boat, which Ra used to navigate the Duat. The companions of Ra on this journey were crucial to his success. Among them were gods like Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice, who ensured that the principles of order were upheld. Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, accompanied Ra, providing guidance and recording the events of the journey. The protective deities, such as Serket and Neith, guarded the bark against the dangers of the underworld. The solar bark was also equipped with magical defenses and weapons to fend off the threats that lurked in the Duat. It was a vessel of immense power, capable of withstanding the assaults of dark forces and ensuring that Ra's light would return to the world each morning. Battles with Apep. One of the most formidable adversaries Ra faced on his nightly journey was Apep, also known as Apophis, the great serpent of chaos. Apep was a monstrous creature, representing the forces of darkness and disorder that sought to overthrow the cosmic balance. Each night, as Ra's bark sailed through the underworld, Apep would rise from the depths to attack, attempting to devour the sun god and plunge the world into eternal night. The battles between Ra and Apep were epic confrontations, symbolizing the eternal struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos. Apep's attacks were relentless, and the serpent used its immense size and strength to try to capsize the bark and extinguish Ra's light. However, Ra was not alone in these battles. His companions, including the fierce lion-headed goddess Sekhmet and the protective serpent Mehen, fought valiantly to defend him. Thoth, with his wisdom and magical prowess, played a crucial role in these nightly battles. He recited powerful spells and incantations to weaken Apep and bolster Ra's strength. The gods and spirits aboard the bark joined forces, using their combined powers to repel the serpent and ensure that Ra's journey continued. Despite the ferocity of Apep's attacks, Ra emerged victorious each night, defeating the serpent and ensuring that the sun would rise again. This nightly victory was a testament to the resilience of order and the triumph of light over darkness. It reinforced the belief that, no matter how powerful the forces of chaos might be, they could never overcome the divine order established by the gods. Ra's journey through the underworld and his battles with Apep were central to Egyptian cosmology. They illustrated the cyclical nature of time and existence, the perpetual renewal of life, and the unwavering power of the divine. Each dawn, as Ra emerged victorious from the Duat, the world was reborn, bathed in the light of the sun god's triumph. Chapter 5: The Underworld and the Afterlife. The Duat. The Duat, the Egyptian underworld, was a mysterious and complex realm that played a crucial role in the journey of the soul after death. Unlike the concept of hell in other cultures, the Duat was not a place of eternal damnation but a transitional realm where the deceased underwent various trials and transformations. It was a labyrinthine landscape filled with rivers, lakes of fire, caverns, and gates guarded by fearsome deities and creatures. The geography of the Duat was intricate and symbolic. It was divided into 12 regions, each representing 1 hour of the night, through which the sun god Ra traveled during his nightly journey. These regions were populated by gods, demons, and spirits, each with their own roles and functions. The Duat was also home to the Hall of Ma'at, where the final judgment of the soul took place. Navigating the Duat was a perilous endeavor. The deceased had to pass through various gates, each guarded by a deity who demanded the recitation of specific spells and knowledge. These spells, often inscribed on tomb walls or written on papyrus scrolls, were essential for the soul's safe passage. The journey through the Duat was a test of the deceased's purity, wisdom, and righteousness, ultimately determining their fate in the afterlife. The Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead, known to the ancient Egyptians as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, was a collection of spells, prayers, and incantations designed to guide the deceased through the Duat and ensure their successful transition to the afterlife. This sacred text was not a single book but a compilation of writings that evolved over centuries, tailored to the needs and beliefs of the individual. The purpose of the Book of the Dead was multifaceted. It provided the deceased with the knowledge and tools needed to overcome the obstacles and dangers of the Duat. The spells contained within the book offered protection against malevolent spirits, guidance through the treacherous landscape, and the means to appease the gods who guarded the gates. The text also included hymns and prayers to invoke the favor of deities like Osiris, Anubis, and Ra. The contents of the Book of the Dead were often personalized, with specific spells and instructions chosen based on the deceased's life, status, and beliefs. These texts were typically placed in the tomb alongside the mummy, ensuring that the deceased had access to the necessary knowledge and protection for their journey. The Book of the Dead was a vital component of Egyptian funerary practices, reflecting the profound importance of the afterlife in their culture. The Weighing of the Heart. One of the most critical and dramatic moments in the journey through the Duat was the weighing of the heart, a judgment process overseen by the goddess Ma'at, the personification of truth, justice, and cosmic order. This ritual took place in the Hall of Ma'at, where the deceased's heart was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, a symbol of purity and righteousness. The heart, believed to be the seat of the soul and the repository of one's deeds and thoughts, was placed on one side of a scale, while the feather of Ma'at was placed on the other. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification and the afterlife, presided over the weighing, ensuring that the process was fair and just. Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom and writing, recorded the outcome. If the heart was found to be lighter than the feather, it indicated that the deceased had lived a virtuous life, free from the burden of sin and wrongdoing. In this case, the soul was deemed worthy to enter the afterlife and enjoy eternal peace. However, if the heart was heavier than the feather, it meant that the deceased had been weighed down by sin and impurity. The soul would then be devoured by Ammit, a fearsome creature with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, condemning the deceased to oblivion. The weighing of the heart was a powerful and symbolic ritual that underscored the importance of living a life in accordance with Ma'at. It reinforced the belief that one's actions in life had direct consequences in the afterlife, emphasizing the values of truth, justice, and moral integrity. The afterlife. For those who passed the weighing of the heart, the afterlife awaited. A paradise known as the Field of Reeds, Aru. This idyllic realm was envisioned as a mirror image of the earthly world, but free from suffering, toil, and strife. It was a place of eternal peace and abundance, where the deceased could enjoy all the pleasures and comforts they had known in life, but in a perfected and everlasting form. The field of reeds was depicted as a lush, fertile landscape, with fields of grain, clear rivers, and abundant wildlife. The deceased could continue their favorite activities, such as farming, fishing, and feasting, without the hardships and challenges of mortal existence. They were reunited with loved ones and ancestors, living in harmony and contentment. The ideal afterlife was not just a reward for the virtuous, but also a continuation of the social and cultural values of ancient Egypt. It reflected the importance of family, community, and the natural world, emphasizing the interconnectedness of life and the divine. The field of reeds was a testament to the Egyptians' profound belief in the cyclical nature of existence, where death was not an end but a transition to a new and eternal phase of life. Chapter 6: Other Important Deities and Myths. Dear listeners, as we continue our journey through the rich tapestry of Egyptian mythology, we now turn our attention to some of the other fascinating deities and their captivating stories. These gods and goddesses played vital roles in the lives of the ancient Egyptians, each embodying unique aspects of the natural and supernatural world. Let's delve into their myths and discover the wisdom they hold. Thoth and the Moon. Imagine, if you will, the serene night sky over ancient Egypt, illuminated by the gentle glow of the moon. This celestial body was closely associated with Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and the moon. Thoth was a deity of immense knowledge and intellect, often depicted with the head of an ibis or a baboon, animals sacred to him. Thoth's role as the god of wisdom was multifaceted. He was the divine scribe, recording the deeds of the gods and the judgments of the dead. Thoth was also the inventor of writing, mathematics, and astronomy, bestowing these gifts upon humanity to aid in their advancement and understanding of the world. His wisdom was unparalleled, and he was often called upon to mediate disputes among the gods and provide counsel in times of crisis. The moon, with its cyclical phases, symbolized the passage of time and the rhythm of the universe. Thoth's association with the moon highlighted his role in maintaining cosmic order and balance. He was believed to control the lunar cycles, ensuring that the moon waxed and waned in harmony with the natural world. Thoth's wisdom and connection to the moon made him a guardian of time and a keeper of secrets, revered by all who sought knowledge and enlightenment. Hathor and the distant goddess. Now, picture the vibrant festivals and joyous celebrations of ancient Egypt, where music, dance, and merriment filled the air. These festivities were often dedicated to Hathor, the goddess of love, beauty, music, and motherhood. Hathor was one of the most beloved deities, depicted as a cow or a woman with cow's ears, symbolizing her nurturing and protective nature. One of the most enchanting myths about Hathor is the story of her transformation and return, known as the tale of the distant goddess. According to this myth, Hathor once became enraged and left Egypt, retreating to the distant deserts. In her absence, the land suffered, and the people were plunged into despair. The gods, realizing the importance of her presence, devised a plan to bring her back. Ra, the sun god, sent Thoth to find Hathor and persuade her to return. Thoth, with his wisdom and eloquence, approached Hathor and told her stories and played music to soothe her anger. Gradually, Hathor's fury subsided, and she agreed to return to Egypt. Her return was celebrated with great joy and festivity, as her presence restored harmony and prosperity to the land. This myth highlights Hathor's dual nature as both a fierce and nurturing deity. It also underscores the importance of balance and reconciliation, themes central to Egyptian mythology. Hathor's story reminds us of the power of love, beauty, and joy in overcoming adversity and restoring harmony. Anubis and embalming. Finally, let us journey to the solemn and sacred rituals of the ancient Egyptians, where the dead were prepared for their journey to the afterlife. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification and the afterlife, played a crucial role in these rites. Anubis was a protector of the dead and a guide through the duat, ensuring that the deceased were properly prepared for their journey. Anubis's association with embalming and mummification was deeply rooted in his mythological origins. He was believed to have invented the process of mummification, using it to preserve the body of Osiris after his murder by Seth. Anubis's skill and care in embalming Osiris ensured that he could be resurrected and continue his existence in the afterlife. The embalming process was a sacred and meticulous ritual, designed to preserve the body and protect the soul. Anubis oversaw this process, guiding the priests and ensuring that the proper rites were performed. He was also responsible for weighing the heart of the deceased in the Hall of Ma'at, determining their worthiness to enter the afterlife. Anubis's role as a guardian and guide made him a revered and respected deity. His presence provided comfort and assurance to the living, knowing that their loved ones were in safe hands as they journeyed to the afterlife. Anubis's story emphasizes the importance of care, protection, and the sacredness of the transition from life to death. Dear listeners, as we conclude this chapter, we hope you have gained a deeper understanding of these remarkable deities and their enduring myths. Each story offers profound insights into the values and beliefs of ancient Egypt, enriching our journey through this fascinating world. Stay with us as we continue to explore the legacy of Egyptian mythology and the timeless lessons it holds. Subscribe now so you don't miss out on the next fascinating tale coming up.